All right, so I'm going to be doing another comic review, and this is another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again, brother. Today we're going to be talking about Green Lantern: Love and War. This is the second volume of Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern run. I know Volume 3 is already out, and Volume 4 is coming out next month, I believe. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first volume, which I talked about several months ago, of Green Lantern Back in Action. Um, and I really liked a lot of what Adams was doing. I really enjoyed his Flash run, and I'm really excited to see what else he does in the DC universe. Um, I basically have just been enjoying a lot of what Jeremy Adams has done as a writer. Um, I think he's got a lot of great ideas. I think he's done a lot for a lot of legacy characters, and it's very clear he loves this character as well, of Hal Jordan. And it's just kind of like, also, even though Hal Jordan isn't my favorite Green Lantern, it's kind of nice to have a comic where Hal isn't being like put through the ringer. Like, he isn't like treated as like a secret villain or an inept idiot or an authoritarian. There was a hot minute where like Hal Jordan was just getting his ass handed to him. Like, it was just one character destruction after another. So it's kind of nice to see a Green Lantern comic where Hal is kind of getting some shit done. Also, the other thing that really makes me happy as a fan of this series um, is we're actually doing stuff from the Green Lantern animated series. Yeah, that's right. We actually have Razor from the Green Lantern animated series in this series. He's now canonized. And I also found out that Aya is in the series now. Not in this volume, but she is now canonized in this universe too. So it's really cool to see that Aya and Razor are finally from animation to comic book. I really do like that. So anyway, so for those to catch up on this comic real quick as to what the comic itself is about, basically the series is about the United Planets have basically disbanded the Green Lantern Corps, and Hal returned to Earth and got a new ring, but it won't let him leave Earth. And it's also revealed that Kilowog was seemingly killed by Sinestro. Sinestro is now a Red Lantern. Hal is no longer with Carol, and he's just kind of like bumming around. But after encountering Razor, we now get more of the story. Basically, yeah, the United Planets came in, the Guardians are no longer around, and the Green Lantern Corps is basically being reshuffled into something else. But Razor basically reveals that, like, hey, these new lanterns that the United Planets are putting together, yeah, these motherfuckers are destroying power batteries, and we need you. So Hal has to get a new ring and finds a new power battery with a classic Green Lantern character. I'm not going to say who it is, but it is really cool, like, to see a deep cut Hal Jordan Green Lantern supporting character in this series. Now Hal's back in space to figure out what's going on with this conspiracy of the United Planets. I really love this series. It's a great, fun, swashbuckling kind of space adventure. And also, this was a Bendis. The United Planets were a Bendis idea, and it's very clear between Adams and also and Philip Kennedy Johnson and everyone else involved. No one fucking likes the United Planets. Like, they have basically trounced between this and Kennedy's Superman Warworld saga. It's very fucking clear that no one really likes this run. Like, no one genuinely cares for this run as a whole. Like, everyone's just kind of like, no one likes United Planets. Like, it's a dumb idea. So they basically are making like a cool threat out of it. I will say I do like the United Planet lanterns, where they can just switch between emotional spectrums and go from like a Green Lantern to now using a Red Lantern power to a Sinestro Corps power to like a Blue Lantern power. It's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of a villain we kind of saw with some of the Manhunters in, I believe, the later part of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, but it's cool to see with actual lanterns. I also, the other thing is too, is that one of the other things is that Hal and Carol, who have been separated, are slowly coming back together. And if this cover is any indication, yeah, that's not the case anymore. Because, yeah, Carol's love for Hal is so strong, it literally builds a new Star Sapphire ring for her. So that explains why she's a Star Sapphire again in the Green Lantern comics. I mean, excuse me, the Justice League comics, excuse me. This also is a great celebration of the other Human Lanterns. I mean, outside of John, who's kind of doing his own thing in the Kennedy Johnson Green Lantern War Journal book, which was also pretty good. Guy, Joe from Deep Sector, Far Sector, excuse me. Jessica Cruz, everyone, all the other Human Lanterns, Kyle, all of them get a lot of love. So if you are a fan of those characters, like like Simon Boz, who got thrown to the wayside, so Boz gets to be a character here. Yeah, it genuinely feels like all of these, like these are the comics that like. What was I gonna say? These are the characters that Jeremy Adams really wanted to write. He's basically like telling these stories. I also like the backup stories that focus on each of the lanterns, especially my boy Guy Gardner, who's on who basically is. It's all a bunch of backup stories for a lot of the characters, but Guy basically goes on a hunt for Lobo, and shenanigans ensue. That's all I'm gonna say on that matter. Is that shenanigans most definitely ensue with that series of events. Yeah, it's just really cool to see like how this universe. I've been so far away from Green Lantern comics, honestly. It's just really nice to see a Green Lantern comic that because for so long between Robert Venditti's run and some other runs here and there that involve the Green Lantern, no one could really compare to Geoff Johns' run. And I'm not saying this is as good or better than Geoff Johns' run. That's like one of those runs like Chris Claremont's X-Men or John Byrne's Superman, or you know, one of those great runs, like one of those immaculate runs. But it's just nice to read a Green Lantern comic that, you know, remembers, hey, Hal Jordan's pretty cool. And also, we're going to talk about all these other characters, and also, like, kind of like how a lot of the focus in his Flash run was towards Ollie. I mean, not... Why did I say Ollie? Jesus. Wally. God, I'm tired. My brain's all fried. This shows that, like, yeah, this guy clearly knows the characters and also knows the relationships and wants to build back to them. It's kind of nice to see a comic book company actually embrace the relationships rather than make a Faustian deal with a devil in a bullshit story and forever keep them apart because none of you know how to write the character. Anyway. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and Chris, thank you once again for sending me this comic. But yeah, if you guys have been reading Green Lantern Love and War, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.